Top 10 awkward Meghan moments that were cringe. Number 10, the failed curtsy moment. Now, as many know, there is a scene in the Harry and Meghan series that shows Meghan doing an overly dramatic take of the royal curtsy she was to do when she met the Queen. And as she's laughing it up, look over to Harry and notice his reaction. He's staring at her as if he's annoyed with her mocking something that is part of his tradition. Interesting. Seeing as he is uncomfortable by the mockery, it's definitely not a good look for Meghan at all. But why should Meghan be judged for just trying to have a few laughs? Well, the royal family isn't known for laughing and having fun in public. It seems that they aren't keen on displaying emotions of any kind, let alone something as out there as laughter. So it's understandable why Harry was not too thrilled with Meghan's antics. Now, viewers, please don't come at me. I know that they do laugh and have a good time in public. They just tend to keep it more reserved most times. Now that we're clarified that, what can we take away from this cringeworthy moment is, well, even if we don't agree with all the customs of a certain group, it's important to respect them. So while Meghan was just having fun and expressing her joy with a little mockery of the tradition, she might have gone a bit too far. But hey, at least someone got a good laugh out of it. It's always important to remember that we can still have fun within the boundaries of a certain culture. While Meghan should have been more aware of the rules in this case, it's also good to take things with a grain of salt. Number 9, in the spotlight. Meghan and Harry's whirlwind romance has been in the spotlight pretty much since they got together. With fans and haters watching their every move, this couple is used to getting lots of attention, whether they like it or not. When Harry got with Meg, people started watching Meg like a hawk, dissecting her every move. Naturally, when you're part of the royals, people are going to be more inclined to know what you're like. This was especially true during their royal tour to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Tonga. Everywhere they went, fans were waiting with bated breath to see what Meghan would do next. But one particular moment revealed a side of Meghan that nobody had seen before, as she stepped out from her car on the very first day of their official duty in Melbourne. As soon as she emerged from the car, photographers started to take her picture, and while it's expected that the paparazzi will be snapping away at any royal engagement, Meg was not having it. She stopped in her tracks and turned on the photographers with a stern look and a court, "No photographs please," which of course they ignored. It was a cringe-worthy moment for Meg, and one that seemed to reveal her true feelings about the intense public scrutiny. Number 8, Oprah interview. After the infamous interview dropped back in 2021, the couple had been accused of prolific lying. With lies being told about racism among other things, people can't help but wonder what the truth is and what is being exaggerated. It's been speculated that the interview was a major turning point for Meghan's public image, and it will take her a long time to undo the damage it caused. After all, viewers can't help but feel uncomfortable when they hear Meghan describe how she felt suffocated by the royal family and wronged in many ways. It appears that this cringe moment will stay with the public for a while, as Meghan and Harry have yet to provide substantial evidence to disprove any of the claims they made in the interview. Until they do, it looks like Meghan's cringe moment will remain a part of her legacy, whether she likes it or not. At this point, many are looking to the future of Meghan and Harry, wondering if they'll be able to rebuild their image of if the cringe moment will forever haunt them. With time being the only factor that can answer this question, one thing is certain: it's going to be an interesting ride for the royal couple. Number 7, mistreating staff. Leading up to the Oprah interview, the Times reported accusations that Meghan mistreated her Palisades and staff prior to the 2020 exit. While Meghan denied the allegations, noting in a statement to us in March 2021 that she was saddened by the latest attack on her character, the palace revealed they were investigating the claims. It doesn't help that Meghan's alleged treatment of staff has been documented in a handful of cringeworthy moments, from her demanding no one sit until she did to her apparent refusal to curtsy for the Queen in 2018. Sources even claimed the Duchess was anxious about meeting Her Majesty. When it comes to protocol and respect, Meghan certainly could have done better. In the end, it shows her royal exit may have had more to do with attitude than anything else. But Meghan's behavior isn't all cringeworthy. From her work on gender equality to her commitment to charity, there is also plenty of evidence that she used her platform for good and even earned the approval of Prince Harry. In the end, it's hard to deny that on some level, Meghan did shake things up in a good way the royal family had never seen before. Number 6, ditching friends. Is Meghan ditching her friends for her royal status? A former friend and colleague who said Meghan ghosted her was Gina Nelthorpe Crown, who found the future Duchess to be hugely charismatic when they first met in 2014. Northrop Crown said that when Meghan started to become famous, she stopped returning calls and texts and eventually blocked her on social media. The former friend also added that Meghan had a pattern of discarding her relationships with the people who helped her get to where she is today. This could be seen as a lack of appreciation for those who helped Meghan. It's almost like she forgot her roots, which some may find cringeworthy, especially since as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan has used her platform to promote values such as kindness and compassion. It looks like Meghan needs to remember where she came from and show her appreciation for those who helped propel her to fame. After all, they were the ones who helped her get to that point in the first place, right? Number 5, drama with the in-laws. When news of Harry and Meghan's move out of Kensington to strike out on their own first broke in November of 2018, the public and the press came to a unanimous conclusion as to why that would be. Meghan! Everyone pointed the fingers at the new royal, suggesting her alleged difficult Duchess attitude was not just reserved for the staff, and had caused a feud between her and Kate. Obviously, that turned out to be untrue. The Sussexes were expecting a baby and wanted more space in the 2-bedroom apartment they lived in at Kensington Palace. But it seemed the so-called rift between Meghan and her in-laws was never completely put to rest. In early 2020, the press speculated that William and Kate weren't too happy with their brother Harry for his dramatic exit from the family. Reports say they were disappointed by his decision to step away from royal duties and even further frustrated by the circumstances under which he did it. It's easy to see why Meghan would feel a bit of pressure due to her in-laws' disapproval. Not only did she have to deal with the public scrutiny of being a new member of the royal family, but also had to overcome their bias against her. Number 4, playing victim. Harry's newly formed and deeply damaging anti-royal beliefs are being peddled by Meghan, according to some people, including royal author Tom Bower, who said this while speaking to American journalist Megyn Kelly. He started by branding the American clever, adding, "Don't think for a moment that she's not convincing a lot of people that somehow she was thrown to the wolves," which according to him is completely untrue. It appears that Meghan is a master of playing the victim card whenever she's faced with criticism. She often finds an excuse to blame her struggles on something else instead of taking responsibility for any mistakes she may have made. For example, when discussing stepping back from royal duties, Markle pointed fingers at the royal family and claimed that they wouldn't have been able to provide her with the same level of support she's had before. The irony is that Markle has often cited the importance of taking responsibility for your own actions choices in previous interviews, even going as far as saying the only way to move forward is to take control of our lives and start taking action from a place of responsibility. Markle's tendency to play the victim isn't limited to her royal life either. She has been known to use this tactic in her previous acting career as well, such as when she described the racism and sexism she faced while auditioning for roles in Hollywood. Number 3, not caring to learn about the royal life. Within an interview with Oprah, Meghan claims she knew nothing about the life she was set to live with the love of her life, Harry. According to a well-placed source, that was, oh wait for it, blatant lie. Harry and William's private secretary at the time had created an organized folder with information and contacts to help Meghan in this transition into royal life, but clearly she didn't care to learn any of it, and on top of that, accused the palace of not directing her through this journey. It's okay not to know things, but lying is not the best way to go about it. This cringeworthy moment was embarrassing for us all, and we feel your pain, Harry. Luckily for Meghan, an abundance of resources are available nowadays that can help any newbie find their royal footing. All it takes is a bit of a commitment and dedication to learn how to be a princess. Number 2, Netflix docuseries. We have all seen or at least heard about the 6-part Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, and let me tell you, the tea on the 2, especially Meg, is hotter than ever. While it was back in 2020 that the couple stepped away from their royal duties to live a life away from the responsibilities and have a quiet and normal life, we can't help but wonder why everything they've been doing is the exact opposite of quiet. The docuseries did a great job of showing us a lot of cringe moments from both Harry and Meghan, but the one that sticks out for me has to be when Meghan talks about her life pre-royalty in Kensington Palace. She speaks about how she had a normal job and wasn't even aware of the royals before meeting Harry. What makes us so cringe is how she speaks about the palace and the royal family as if they were foreign to her. And finally, number 1, Princess Diana 2.0. Apparently, Meghan always wanted one thing in life, and that's to become a member of the British royal family. Now, she's never personally confirmed that, but her friends say that she's always had a fascination with the royals. According to some sources, this was all a part of Meghan's plan. She's wanted to be a princess since she was a teenager, with one old pal saying she was always fascinated by the royal family and wanted to be Princess Diana 2.0. I'm not shocked at all. It's like she's been planning this all her life. She gets exactly what she wants and Harry has fallen for her play. Talk about an awful friend for outing Meghan like that, but is it true? I guess we'll never know. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more juicy roll updates and news on your favorites. And I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.